5 fruits and vegetables that start with A. Apple. An apple is a fruit that grows on an apple tree and is eaten, Malis domestica. Apple trees are the most extensively grown species in the Malis genus and are grown all over the world. The tree is said to have originated in Central Asia, where its wild parent, Malis sivasii, can still be found. Apples have been grown in Asia and Europe for thousands of years, and European colonists carried them to North America. Many cultures, including Norse, Greek, and European Christian traditions, hold religious and mythological significance for apples. If planted from seed, apple trees can grow to be quite enormous. Apple varieties are most commonly propagated by grafting onto rootstocks, which limit the size of the resulting tree. Apple cultivars number in the thousands, resulting in a wide range of desirable traits. Different cultivars are bred for different tastes and uses, like cooking, eating raw, and making cider. Trees and fruit are susceptible to a variety of fungal, bacterial, and insect issues that can be managed using a variety of organic and non-organic methods. The genome of the apple was sequenced in 2010 as part of studies into disease control and selective breeding in the apple industry. Apple output was 86 million tons in 2018, with China accounting for roughly half of the total. Many apples may be grown from seed. Apples, more than most perennial fruits, must be propagated asexually to retain the parent's sweetness and other desirable traits. This is because seedling apples are extreme heterozygotes, meaning that instead of acquiring genes from their parents to produce a new apple with parental features, they are markedly different from their parents, maybe to compete with the many bugs. Triploid cultivars face an extra reproductive hurdle in that 3 sets of chromosomes cannot be uniformly separated during meiosis, resulting in uneven chromosomal segregation, aneuploids. Even when a triploid plant, apples, for example, may develop a seed, it happens infrequently and seedlings rarely survive. Apples do not breed true when planted as seeds, grafting is frequently utilized. Cuttings can take root and breed true and can live for a century. The rootstock used for the bottom of the graft can be changed to generate trees of a wide range of sizes and change the resulting tree's winter hardiness, insect and disease resistance, and soil preference. Dwarf rootstocks can be used to grow very small trees, less than 3.0 meters or 10 feet tall at maturity, which bear fruit much early in their life cycle and are easier to harvest than full-size trees. Dwarf rootstocks for apple trees have been traced back to Persia and Asia Minor as early as 300 BCE. Alexander the Great delivered Aristotle's Lyceum dwarf apple tree samples. By the 15th century, dwarf rootstocks had become prevalent, and they went through multiple cycles of favor and fall around the world. In the early 1900s, England developed the majority of the rootstocks used today to manage apple size. The East Malling Research Station did substantial rootstock research, and their rootstocks now have a M prefix to indicate where they came from. Malling series cultivars were later crossed with trees of Northern Spy in Merton, England. Rootstocks indicated with a MM prefix of Malling series cultivars were crossed with trees of Northern Spy in Merton, England. Apricot. Apricot, Prunus armeniaca, a stone fruit related to peaches, almonds, plums, and cherries in the Rosaceae family, order Rosales. Apricots are grown in temperate climates around the world, particularly in the Mediterranean. They can be eaten raw or cooked, and they can be canned or dried for storage. The fruit is often used to make jam and is frequently used to flavor liqueurs. Apricots are abundant in natural sugar and are a strong source of vitamin A. Dried apricots have high iron content. Apricot trees have broad ovate leaves with pointy tips that are tiny and spread out. The leaves are vivid green and are held upright on the twigs. In full bloom, the self-pollinated flowers are white and borne singly or twice at a node on very short stems. The seeds are contained within a huge, flat pit, or stone, in the drupes. When mature, the fruit is virtually smooth, round to oblong in shape in some kinds, and somewhat flattened but with little to no hairiness. The flesh is a beautiful yellow to yellowish-orange color. Several types seeds, also known as kernels, are sweet, but they are poisonous until they are roasted. Apricots are propagated by budding on peach or apricot rootstocks, and they can easily be integrated with peaches, plums, and apricots. The tree thrives in a well-drained loamy soil that is light, not heavy. Although most types can resist winter cold as well as peaches, late freezes frequently damage the blossom buds, which open earlier than peaches. The trees are drought-resistant and, under ideal growing conditions, can survive for 100 years or more. Although the apricot was first domesticated in China, it is currently grown on every continent except Antarctica. According to archaeological evidence, apricots were eaten in ancient Armenia, and they were originally introduced to the New World by Spanish missionaries in California in the early 18th century. Turkey, Iran, Uzbekistan, Italy, and Algeria were the top 5 apricot producers in 2011. Asparagus, genus Asparagus, a genus of the Asparagaceae family with up to 300 species endemic to Siberia, Africa, and Europe. Garden asparagus, Asparagus officinalis, is the most well-known, cultivated as a vegetable for its luscious spring stalks. Several African species are cultivated for decorative purposes. Asparagus species can grow upright or climb, and the majority of them are woody. The fern-like branchlets are produced by the rhizome-like, or sometimes tuberous, roots. True leaves have shrunk to tiny scales. The little greenish-yellow flowers in the spring are followed by red berries in the fall, and many species are dioecious, individuals are either male or female. The presence of cladodes, which are leaf-like organs in the axils of real leaves, distinguishes members of the genus. Aubergine. Eggplant, Solanum melongena, often known as aubergine or guinea squash, is a sensitive perennial nightshade plant used for its edible fruits. Eggplant grows well in a warm area and has been cultivated in Southeast Asia since ancient times. Eggplant is a staple in Mediterranean cuisine, appearing in recipes as diverse as Greek moussaka, Italian eggplant parmigiana, and Middle Eastern relish baba ganoush. It's also commonly used as a garnish and in stews, as well as baked, grilled, fried, or boiled vegetables. The tomato, Solanum lycopersicum, and potato, Solanum tuberosum, are close relatives, as are other dangerous nightshades. Eggplant is typically cultivated as an annual and has an upright bushy stem with spines. The leaves are oblong and slightly lobed, with a big, oval shape. The hanging violet flowers are solitary and are about 5 cm, 2 inches, in diameter. The fruit is a huge egg-shaped berry with a glossy surface that ranges in color from dark purple to red, pink, yellowish, or white, and is sometimes striped. The popular name is derived from the color and form of the white variant. Avocado. Sometimes known as alligator pear, is the fruit of the Persea americana tree, which is native to the Western Hemisphere from Mexico to the Andes. Avocados have a deep, nutty flavor and a greenish or yellowish flesh with a buttery consistency. They're commonly used in salads, and they're also served as a dessert in many parts of the world. Guacamole, a traditional Mexican sauce, is made with mashed avocado as the main ingredient. Avocados are high in thiamine, riboflavin, and vitamin A, while the flesh of some types contains up to 25% unsaturated oil. Avocado trees can grow to be tall or spread out, with elliptic to egg-shaped leaves measuring 10 to 30 centimeters, 4 to 12 inches, long. The little greenish flowers have no genuine petals and are borne in dense inflorescences. The flowers feature a one-celled ovary and 9 stamens grouped in 3 series. Interestingly, depending on the cultivar, avocado blooms come in 2 varieties, A and B. The male and female sections of these flowers mature separately, and each bloom only opens twice. Type of flowers are functionally female in the morning, close at noon, and reopen the next day as functionally male in the afternoon. In the afternoon, type B flowers are functionally female, close in the evening, and reopen the next morning as functionally male. This temporal overlap of mature male and female parts enhances cross-pollination and, as a result, increased fruit output when the 2 flower types are cultivated together. The fruit varies greatly in size, weighing as little as a hen's egg in some Mexican races and as much as 12 kilograms, 2 to 4 pounds, in others. The color ranges from green to dark purple, and the shape varies from spherical to pear-shaped with a long, slender neck. The fruit is classified as a berry and has a single large spherical seed with 2 cotyledons. The exterior peel of the fruit is sometimes as thin as an apple's and other times tough and woody in texture. Before the Spanish invasion, avocados were first domesticated in tropical America, where they were grown as individual seedling trees. Horticulturists discovered that producing grafted trees was straightforward and enabled for the perpetuation of superior seedlings and the establishment of orchards about 1900, when the plants received major horticultural attention. Avocado industry have flourished in suitable climates all over the world since then. In 2011, the top producers in the world were Mexico, Chile, the Dominican Republic, Indonesia, and Colombia. Commercially, the fruits are grown in Florida, California, Hawaii, South Africa, Brazil, Australia, and a few Pacific islands and in several Mediterranean countries, including Israel. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.